In the early hours of a quiet morning, a man calls 911 and tells the operator that something terrible has happened inside his home. His voice is shaking and soaked in panic as he says he believes he has killed his wife. He claims he does not remember what happened and insists that he may have been under the influence of cold medicine. Police rush toward the quiet Raleigh townhouse, unaware that they are about to enter a scene that will shock even veteran investigators. Before the sun rises, a young woman's life will be reduced to evidence photos and unanswered questions. Listen to his 911 call.
I had a dream, and then I turn on the lights and she's dead on the floor.
How?
I have blood all over me and there's a bloody knife on the bed, and I think I did it.
Oh my God.
Welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be a short one, and if you're new here, we dive deep into true crime cases. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Before we continue, this case involves extreme domestic violence and details that may be disturbing. This is not a story about a stranger breaking into a home or a crime of random violence. This is a case that forces investigators, families, and the public to confront uncomfortable truths about control, marriage, and the stories people tell when they want to escape responsibility. This is the case of Lauren Hugelmaier. Raleigh, North Carolina is known for its tree-lined streets, steady pace of life, and close-knit neighborhoods. The townhouse where this story unfolds sits quietly among others just like it, offering no outward sign that violence would ever take place inside. In 2017, life here moved predictably, with neighbors heading to work in the morning and returning home at night. Lauren Hugelmaier lived in this community with her husband, Matthew Phelps, in what many believed was a new and promising chapter of her life. She attended church regularly, stayed close to her family, and maintained a structured routine that gave her a sense of stability. From the outside, everything appeared calm and ordinary. No one nearby could have imagined how quickly that sense of normalcy would disappear. Lauren Hugelmaier was 29 years old at the time of her death. She was known by family and friends as kind, thoughtful, and deeply committed to the people she loved. Lauren worked as an auditor and took pride in being responsible and organized. Her family described her as someone who valued faith, honesty, and personal accountability. She was especially close to her parents and siblings and cherished her role as an aunt to her nephews. Lauren married Matthew Phelps in 2016, believing she was building a future rooted in shared values and stability. Those closest to her would later say that she tried hard to make her marriage work, even when things began to feel wrong. What made Lauren relatable to many was her quiet determination to do what she believed was right, even when it was difficult. The day before Lauren's death did not begin with chaos or obvious warning signs. She went about her routine, interacting with family and maintaining her normal responsibilities. Behind closed doors, however, tensions were growing within her marriage. Public records and family statements would later reveal that Lauren had been considering leaving Matthew due to ongoing conflicts. That evening, the couple returned to their townhouse, where no calls for help were made and no neighbors reported disturbances. Unknown at the time, this would be the final night of Lauren's life. At some point during the night, an argument or confrontation escalated into violence. What exactly triggered that escalation remains known only to the person who survived it. When police arrived at the townhouse in the early hours of the morning, they were met by Matthew Phelps, who appeared disoriented and distressed. Inside the bedroom, officers found Lauren Hugelmaier lying on the floor. She had suffered an extraordinary number of stab wounds, later determined to be 123. The autopsy revealed defensive injuries, indicating that Lauren had attempted to protect herself during the attack. Investigators immediately recognized that this was not a momentary loss of control, but a prolonged and violent assault. The scene left no doubt that Lauren had fought desperately for her life. For the officers present, the brutality of the attack was impossible to ignore. From the beginning, Matthew Phelps was the central focus of the investigation. He told police that he had taken cold medicine before going to sleep and claimed he woke up to find his wife dead. According to his account, he believed he had acted while dreaming and had no memory of committing the crime. Investigators examined this explanation carefully, consulting medical experts about the effects of the medication he claimed to have taken. they found no evidence that the dosage could have caused such extreme and sustained violence. As detectives searched the home, they found no signs of forced entry or involvement by another person. Digital evidence soon raised further concerns, as investigators discovered Matthew's past interest in violent media and disturbing imagery. The cold medicine explanation began to unravel under scrutiny. As the investigation deepened, a clearer motive began to emerge. Lauren had been preparing to leave the marriage, a fact that became central to understanding the violence. Family members later confirmed that Lauren had confided in them about her desire to separate from Matthew. Financial strain and controlling behavior reportedly contributed to the tension between them. Investigators concluded that the attack was not an accident or a medical anomaly, but a deliberate act fueled by fear of abandonment and loss of control. The evidence painted a picture of escalating domestic conflict rather than a tragic misunderstanding. This shift in perspective changed the entire direction of the case. Matthew Phelps was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. Facing overwhelming evidence, he eventually pleaded guilty in court. During the proceedings, he abandoned the cold medicine defense entirely. Prosecutors detailed the extent of the violence and emphasized Lauren's attempts to defend herself. The court heard how the attack unfolded over time, contradicting any claim of unconscious behavior. By pleading guilty, Matthew acknowledged responsibility for Lauren's death, though many questions about his mindset remained unanswered. For Lauren's family, the admission brought a measure of truth, but not peace.
And that you're pleading guilty to one offense. That's the offense of first-degree murder. It is a felony. It carries the maximum penalty of death or life without the possibility of parole. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you personally plead guilty to the charge I just described?
Yes, sir.
And did you in fact murder your wife, Lauren Phelps, by stabbing her multiple times?
Yes, sir.
It says you're going to plead guilty to the offense I just described. You'll be sentenced to life without the possibility of parole in the custody of North Carolina Division of Adult Correction.
Matthew Phelps was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. In court, Lauren's family spoke about the profound loss they would carry for the rest of their lives. They described Lauren as a loving daughter, sister, and aunt whose future had been stolen. The case sent shockwaves through the community and sparked conversations about recognizing warning signs of domestic violence. Advocates emphasized the importance of believing victims and taking threats seriously, even when no physical violence has yet occurred. Lauren's name became associated with awareness efforts aimed at preventing similar tragedies. Lauren Hugelmaier's life ended in a place where she should have been safest. Her story serves as a reminder that violence often hides behind familiar faces and ordinary routines. The warning signs of control and fear can be easy to overlook until it is too late. Even with a conviction and a sentence, the loss endured by Lauren's family cannot be undone. As this case fades from headlines, its lessons remain painfully relevant. If this case impacted you, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and tell us your thoughts about this case in the comments. Share this video with your friends and family to help spread awareness about domestic violence. Remember Lauren Hugelmaier, not just as a victim, but as a light that can guide others to safety. Until next time, stay safe, stay aware, and look out for each other.